Welcome to the Kenyawananim Notam movement, the KWM podcast.
Glad to be here.
Today, we're embarking on a deep dive, really getting into something quite, well, fascinating. It's a bold vision for change in Kenya, presented by the KWM itself.
That's right. And our mission for this deep dive is to explore the core arguments, the insights from their article.
The one titled, Why Miguna Miguna Could Be Kenya's Best President, A Vision for Change.
Exactly. We want to cut through, the usual noise and really get to the essence of the case they're making.
Give you a clear overview.
That's the goal, to extract the most important nuggets of knowledge from this specific source.
So you get a comprehensive and hopefully engaging picture.
We'll be unpacking the unique qualities, the experiences the KWM highlights, helping you understand precisely why they believe Miguna Miguna stands out.
Why they see him as a potentially transformative leader for Kenya.
Yeah, getting to the heart of what the KWM is proposing.
Now, you might already know Miguna Miguna as, well, a figure who sparks debate, let's be honest.
He certainly does. A controversial figure for many.
But this deep dive aims to go beyond just the headlines. The KWM suggests his potential to lead Kenya to unprecedented heights is, in their view, undeniable.
A strong claim.
It is. So the big question we're exploring for you today is, what exactly makes him stand out in their view? What's the unique blueprint for leadership they're actually proposing?
Where do they start building that case?
Right off the bat, the KWM article makes a powerful opening argument. It says Miguna's unique life story. It isn't just biography.
Okay.
It's presented as the very blueprint for a different kind of leadership.
So his life is the model.
Kind of. It argues that his relentless determination, his sharp intellect, and that unshakable resolve fundamentally distinguish him from the political norm in Kenya.
Interesting framing. How do they elaborate on him being, this different kind of leader?
Well, what's truly fascinating is how the KWM frames his uniqueness. They see him as a consistent voice of dissent.
Okay, a challenger.
Exactly. Someone who is constantly challenging the status quo. Unlike, they imply, many entrenched political figures who sort of become part of the system.
Right, absorbed by it.
Miguna's entire political journey, they argue, is defined by defiance.
Defiance. Strong word.
It is. And it's not just about being an outsider. It's framed as a fundamental opposition to how things have traditionally been done.
So defying corruption.
Defying corruption, defying injustice, and rejecting the conventional expectations of what a politician, quote, should be.
It suggests he's not just against the system, but maybe embodies a fundamentally different way of operating within it, or trying to.
That seems to be the core idea there.
Okay, so that sets the stage. What about his background, his skills?
Okay, let's unpack this further. The KWM really hammers home Miguna's legal training.
Ah, the legal background, yes.
It's presented not just as, a formality on his resume.
Not just a qualification.
No. They position it as the cornerstone of his sharp intellect and his deep commitment to justice.
So how does the article connect that legal acumen to, effective governance for the actual people?
Well, the source makes it quite clear that his legal background gives him a unique lens, a specific way to view governance.
Okay.
The KWM's core belief, as presented, is that he truly understands that governance should work for the people, not the other way around.
That's a fundamental principle often stated, but maybe not always practiced.
Precisely. And they contrast this with politicians who might manipulate systems for personal gain. The article emphasizes his global education, his exposure.
Right, he spent time abroad.
Yes, noting it gives him insights into how democracies can thrive and the lessons to avoid when they falter.
Practical lessons, not just theory.
They specifically point to his time in Western democracies, where he has seen governance at its best. They really stress that his knowledge is not just theoretical, but practical.
Gained through years of firsthand observation, seeing different political systems up close.
Exactly. And this practical understanding of strong, people-centric democratic systems is presented by KWM as a distinct advantage for Kenya.
Okay, that makes sense. A different perspective.
Now, this is where, for me, it gets particularly interesting. The article states that his rise to prominence wasn't about aligning with political elites, cozying up to the powerful.
Which is often the path, isn't it?
Often. Instead, they say it was through a fearless stance against the powerful political establishment. It really hones in on his unwavering position against corruption.
Ah, the anti-corruption fight. That's central to his image, isn't it?
Absolutely. And the KWM article makes it central to their argument. What makes this stance so crucial for them?
Well, it's a defining characteristic they emphasize repeatedly. They cite examples of his consistent stance, whether he was advising Raila Odinga back in the day,
Right.
or directly challenging Kenya's ruling class. The article notes he has consistently raised his voice against corruption and mismanagement.
So a long track record on this.
That's the argument. The KWM's point is that his refusal to compromise on issues of national importance is precisely what Kenya needs at its helm.
Someone unbending on that front.
Yes, someone who places integrity above political maneuvering. In a country where, as the article sort of implies, there's widespread fatigue with self-serving leadership,
Understandable fatigue.
his approach is described as refreshingly candid. He apparently speaks the truth regardless of political consequences.
That's a bold claim.
It is, and they followed up by saying his allegiance is to Kenya, not any political party or individual.
So country over party. Or personality.
That's a message. It suggests his leadership isn't about seeking popularity. It's about making the tough decisions for the greater good, even when those decisions are unpopular.
Okay, so consistency, a strong legal mind, fierce anti-corruption stance. What about that international experience? You mentioned Canada.
Right.
How does the KWM see that fitting into the picture for Kenya's future? They highlight it as key, suggesting it gives him a broader perspective than maybe most Kenyan politicians.
That global perspective is presented as absolutely critical in the article. His time in Canada, for example, is cited as having profoundly shaped his understanding of governance, highlighting the importance of transparency, institutional strength, and fair policies, things he saw working differently there, perhaps.
Okay.
And the KWM presents this in stark contrast to what they describe as the often insular political systems in Kenya that rely on personal loyalties and backdoor deals.
So a different model entirely.
Exactly. The article suggests that Miguna's global experience offers a refreshing contrast that could revolutionize how Kenya is governed. He understands, they argue, that strong institutions free from political interference are the key to Kenya's success.
Building the foundations.
Precisely. So his leadership, in their view, wouldn't just confront corruption reactively, it would proactively work to ensure the systems work to benefit the people.
Creating a fair and transparent environment for all Kenyans.
That's the vision, building a resilient, equitable foundation for the country.
It's a compelling argument. Yeah. But what truly sets him apart, according to the KWM, they keep coming back to his consistency.
Yes, that steadfastness.
This idea that he remained true to his principles. How does his track record, maybe beyond just challenging the political establishment, exemplify this consistency they talk about?
Well, the KWM makes a very strong case here. They argue that while many Kenyan leaders have veered off course, perhaps, in pursuit of personal power or influence,
The common narrative.
Miguna has remained steadfast in his principles.
Yeah.
His track record, they say, proves he hasn't been swayed by the temptations of power or popularity.
So resistant to those pressures.
That's the claim. So his leadership, as envisioned by the KWM, would be defined by his commitment to his ideals, uncompromising and unwavering.
Okay. And beyond challenging elites, does the article mention other areas?
Oh, yes. It highlights his consistent advocacy for broader issues like social justice, economic empowerment, and education.
So it's not just about tearing down, but also building up.
Exactly. This connects directly to concrete areas of focus under his potential leadership, as described in the source. Uplifting the youth, strengthening the healthcare system, and ensuring an economy that benefits all citizens, not just a select few.
A vision for broad societal improvement, then.
That's how it's presented, yes.
The article also vividly describes him as someone who has faced just numerous challenges. Exile, personal attacks, intense political opposition.
He certainly has. It's been very public.
But, they argue, he has never wavered. The KWM places significant emphasis on his resilience. Why is this specific quality, resilience in adversity, presented as such a crucial asset?
That's a really important point they make. Kenya, like any nation, faces complex challenges, right? Both internal and external.
Absolutely.
The KWM asserts that Kenya needs a leader who can withstand adversity and continue pushing for the greater good, even when the odds are stacked against them.
Someone who won't buckle under pressure.
Precisely. They highlight Miguna as someone who has proven he possesses that resilience, a quality the source actually describes as desperately needed in Kenya's president.
Desperately needed. Strong wording again.
It is. It's about enduring, persevering for the benefit of the nation, demonstrating an unwavering spirit when times get tough and opposition is fierce.
So it's not just about personal strength, but about a leader's ability to guide the whole nation through difficult moments.
That's the connection they make, yes.
Okay, this is a good point to pause for a moment. This deep dive into the KWM's vision, it's really all about empowering you, the listener, to be part of the change.
Absolutely. It's about understanding the ideas being put forward.
So, to learn more and maybe become an active participant in shaping your community, your nation, visit www.wantamnotam.com.
That's absolutely right. Go to www.wantamnotam.com. You can create your account there and start sharing your own ideas. Ideas that can help change your village, your city, your nation.
Your voice is a critical part of this movement. It's needed.
It really is. That's how we collectively drive real progress, by sharing and discussing ideas.
Okay, so bring this all together. The KWM article presents a very clear, quite compelling call for change.
It does.
Arguing for a new kind of leadership, one rooted in, well, integrity and a global perspective, as we've discussed. What's the overarching message they want you, the listener, to take away about Kenya's path forward, according to this article?
I think the KWM's final argument, the big takeaway, is that if Kenya is to move forward meaningfully, significantly, it needs a leader unafraid to challenge the system.
Back to that defiance.
Yes, someone who is willing to take the difficult steps necessary for long-term prosperity. They powerfully reiterate that combination we talked about, his no-nonsense approach to governance.
Right.
Paired with his strong legal background, global experience, and unwavering commitment to justice.
All the elements we've unpacked.
Exactly. Positioning him, in their view, as a leader poised to tackle the nation's most pressing issues.
And what's the ultimate vision they paint, if he were to lead?
The aspirational vision is quite clear in the article. Under Miguna's leadership, Kenya could be a country where merit, justice, and fairness govern.
Instead of.
Not one where political loyalty trumps national interests, which, they imply, happens too often.
Okay.
His leadership, they argue, would focus on building strong institutions, empowering ordinary citizens, and creating a society where everyone has the opportunity to succeed.
It's a vision for a truly transformed Kenya, then, based on their perspective.
That's the picture the KWM paints in this article. Yes.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what stands out most to you from the KWM's vision for Kenya's leadership presented here? For me, it's perhaps that emphasis on how his defiance is reframed, not just as contrarian, but as a necessary quality for profound change.
That's a great point. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, the KWM article essentially asks you, the listener, to fundamentally reconsider what qualities truly define a transformative leader.
Especially now.
Especially in a political landscape, perhaps anywhere, that's often fatigued by conventional approaches, by politics as usual. It raises a really important question, I think, about the non-negotiable role of integrity.
And that external experience you mentioned.
And the tangible benefits of external experience in national governance. It suggests these are paramount for driving real, lasting change. It definitely makes you think, what kind of leader do we truly need to build a better future? What are the essential ingredients?
A provocative thought to leave our listeners with. We've certainly unpacked a powerful vision for change today, based entirely on the KWM's article.
A distinct perspective, for sure.
And to take your engagement further, to contribute your own ideas, and to truly be part of shaping your community and nation, please visit www.wantamnotam.com.
Yes, please do. Remember, at www.wantamnotam.com, you can create your account. It's straightforward, and start sharing your ideas. Ideas that can genuinely help change your village, your city, and ultimately, the nation.
Your participation is what truly drives the movement.
Your voice is vital. It's a crucial part of Kenya's future, building that dialogue.
Thank you for listening to the Kenya Wantam Notam Movement, the KWM podcast.